Greetings, this is Pete Lorimer here over at PLG Estates, and the subject for the Magic Minute today is goals. Okay, so the subject for the Magic Minute today is goals, and I'm not talking about Pele or Maradona putting them in the back of the net. I'm talking about professional goals. We all have to have them, I believe, in order to create a path to success. So let me break it down into chunks for you. So I don't like to get super granular. There are people that like have a daily, a weekly, a monthly goal. I think these are good and important. So here's what I would suggest you do when you're charting out your course for success. I like to start with a yearly goal. What do I want to achieve in that year? It can be monetary, it can be the amount of deals that I'm talking about. This is really professional. Obviously, I have personal goals as well, but that's not relevant here. So I start with the end game. And whatever my goal is, let's just use a monetary one. I'm not even going to use a number, but whatever that number is, it can't be the same as what I did last year. I have to stretch. If I'm going to grow, I've got to stretch myself. So I plant my flagpole in the sand with a number. Then I go, oh shit, there is no way I'm going to hit that number. And then I kind of break it down into monthlies. But the way I like to operate in real estate, because transactions, you know, it's not like selling lead pipes where you sell a pipe and it's done. It can sometimes take a month to 6 weeks to 2 months for a transaction to begin and end. So I set myself quarterly goals, but really 6-month goals. I like to break down my goals into 6 months. This video is going out sometime in the second half of 2016, so I've just passed my half-year goal, and I'm kind of on target. So hopefully if I keep going at the same level, I'm going to hit my yearly goal for 2016. The biggest mistake I believe that people can make is when you're in an industry that's commission-based, it's very much kind of like it's hunting and killing, hunting and killing, hunting and killing. And it's very much like how quickly can I move on to the next deal without really too much of a game plan. I think it's really important. I'm a super techie and digital guy, but there is nothing better than getting a moleskin, not from a mole, it's actually a notebook, but you get a moleskin notebook, handwrite down your goals, right? I'm going to tell you a little tale, and hopefully I don't go on too much. Before I became a real estate agent, I got my moleskin, because that's what Tony Robbins told me to do, not personally, but through his book, and I wrote down a whole bunch of goals, some of them personal, some of them professional. This is before I got my real estate license. Goal number 1 was to be Rookie of the Year at my brokerage. Goal number 2 was to become the #1 agent in that office. Goal number 3 was to become the #1 agent in the area. So I think the fact that I wrote it down, the universe channeled power into my belief system. I was the Rookie of the Year. I was the #1 agent a couple of years after at that brokerage, and I ended up being the #1 Keller Williams agent in Los Angeles after 5 years. Which is pretty astronomical, and then that's when we started PLG. I say this not to try and impress everybody, but I'm saying it to show you writing down these goals and believing you can obtain them makes them real. Last tip, here's what I do for my monetary goal. Every year I get a single dollar bill, and I write down the number of what I want to make that year, and I stick it on the fridge. So every time I open the fridge, there's a number written on a dollar bill, and I look at it. And I think because it goes in and out of my mind so many times, that subconsciously pushes me towards that goal and subconsciously makes me work harder. There are all sorts of tips and techniques that you can deploy. If you want a good book, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Don't like the title, but the book is amazing. It's all about goals and belief structures. So that's another Magic Minute over for today. You can like, subscribe, and comment, and please keep sending in your topics. I'm covering a lot of your topics now here on the Magic Minute. And until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers.